Okay, first thing here is the defense. We got 3 players here, and they should be farther up during the first initial start of the game. So this gives a chance for these upper players, offense players, to kick the ball back, create good passing zones. So right here, right away, you see 2 kids converged on this player here. In front of him, he had really no place to pass to, where if these defensive were up here, they could have passed it back, would have drawn attention off these players. They would have then converged backwards. Our defense could kick it back up. He'd be wide open for a shot. Good positioning here, good coverage here with these offensive players here. Typically, I recommend kids to keep a line of passing that isn't too far away. This is a good distance, that's a little too far. So this player here should be maybe back to this area here to keep a passing zone open. I always ask the kids to stay in an open passing zone. So for example, we have 3 of our opponents here. This player here has no place to pass to besides back to here. Always ask the kids to keep looking around, but it's very difficult to watch the ball and where they're actually who's around them. So as the kids become more experienced, they can actually be more effective in passing the ball. It's a really tough age to look around and control the ball. They tell a lot of professionals say you should be able to control the ball without even looking at it. And of course, we're not at that stage yet. Again, defense too far back. At least there should be, the center should stay back. These 2 should actually move up, Heather and then Lily here. Again, defense too far back. Hayden and Lily should at least move up. Lily should cover this player here. Hayden should come up to about this point here, and this is a good position here for the defense. Good center, cover this area here. See, now what's going on is we're having ball chasers, and if you look at their offense, how they're moving in, they're keeping a good line of passing right here. Hayden sees what's going on. They're coming in. Who's this here? This is Gabriel. Gabe is not watching what's going on behind him. He's basically ball watching. So we got a few more offensive players moving in here. Hayden's looking around. You watch her. Watch her as she's looking around. She's watching who's coming. She knows Lily has this guy covered, so Hayden's doing a great job. She knows that it's coming, so she's going to start running back to defense, and so she's looking at these players over here. Now you look at Gabe here. He's not looking at all. He's looking at the ball. He should be looking at the player behind him. So see this perfect pass to this player here. There is virtually no coverage to this player on the side. That's why I tell the players to cover man-to-man so there's no open players. So now as the play progresses, you can actually see. Now, Lily's pretty much has this guy covered. Not sure, this is Ryan, I think. That's kind of, Ryan should actually drop back a little bit. Lily needs to attack, and Gabe needs to watch this guy, and Hayden needs to keep it on this guy. So they kick it in deep. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 players that are ball watching, not looking at what's coming in. So the kids should be just concentrating, one kid on the ball or yell out, "I got it." The other kids drop back, keep an eye on defense. So right there we have two players converging on the ball. Gabe doesn't even know who's behind him. Decent coverage here, but it should be a lot better. He clears it, which is good, but he was pretty much good to run it all the way up. Center offense here, when the ball's on this side of the field, our offense should be a little off to the side. This gives them a chance to get the ball, because right now this other player, defense player, is actually going to be in a better position to get the ball. So if you notice too, I think this is Evan here. I think this is Evan. He's not even moving yet, and you can see their defense player is already starting to move. Now Evan starts to move. So who's going to get the ball first? Their defense. So Evan should have moved a little quicker and realized what was going on. If the ball's over on this side, the offense should be over on this side a little bit. Kids are bunching up way too much. We don't need that much defense. They should spread out. It gives them more opportunity, more passing lanes to open up. So hit it in deep. Hardly no offense players get the ball. They clear it right away. Again, we're ball chasing again. Look at, we got 4 players ball chasing instead of looking around what's going on. Lily's got good coverage. Hayden's laying back. That's good. Lily clears it. Gabe's got the ball. If you look at here, our offense isn't getting in front of the net. I've noticed that. Our offense needs to move over some more. When we're down the field like this, our defense, the right and left, can actually move up a little bit. Hayden's should stay, so these players should move up, give you a little better coverage in case it comes out that way. Now look at their offense. Look at what's coming. They have clear open lanes right here where the pass. Right there, there's no backup for Hayden. She should have been back a little further and realized there's 2 players coming. So she really didn't have much of an option because we didn't have any man-to-man coverage there. Again, open players. Lily should know who's behind her. Lily should have moved up. This Hayden covers that guy. See that passing lane opened right up. They can now basically get a goal on us. Just by chance, it was a bad shot, and they missed it.
Get on the board.
I'm not sure if Hayden knows this girl's behind her. That's good coverage. You always watch if there's other players around the net. A little too close. Offense needs to be spread out a little farther away. Stay within a passing zone. Right there, Evan has it, ready to run up. Gabe is really not moving up, staying in the passing lane as quick as he should be. So right there, Evan's got the ball. He's in a great position to pass it. Gabe or this other offensive player should have been right in that zone, and they're just laying back. There's Hayden. She's looking around. Lily's a little too close. She's got to pay attention to what's going on. We have another offensive player coming on the outside. Lily probably should have spun around, watch what's coming, give a better idea, you know, who's behind her. You notice they're starting to set up. You notice their offense, good passing zone here. So right there, very poor man-to-man coverage. See if we back up a little bit here. Everybody's ball watching. Look at Gabe here. Everybody's looking at the ball. No one's looking at this player over here. We got 3 players converging of our players. This player here he's wide open. He's going to pass it over because no one's watching. He's wide open to score a goal right there. And you can see obviously he's going to be wide open.
Look up.
We have decent coverage here. Not sure if our defense knows who's behind them.
Look up.
If one of their offense players would have been here, they wouldn't have had a good rebound to get in. We had decent coverage and they cleared it out. See here, he should be closer to him, watching it man-to-man coverage. We got a lone player over here. You know, got to keep an eye on these lone players out here because if it gets passed out, they're going to have a clean shot all the way in.
Here we go. Good pass. You guys shoot.
So you notice that again. Very, you know, not good man-to-man coverage. This player's wide open. So they got 2 great chances to score right here.
Nice shot.
And they score.
Passing, guys. Good job.
Good deep coverage here. One of these defense players should have been back a little further. I like it that there's 2 up here. She's close to this player here. She's fairly close to this player here. But Maya's is kind of, I think she was center. She's a little too far up. Offense, I don't know where other players are too bunched up here. They're not on the other side. So we're kind of very limited on scoring chances here. He doesn't have very much to pass to. A lot of kids are afraid to pass back to defense. In this case here, if he was looking around, he could have passed it back to Maya, distracted, Maya kick it back up, and they would have a better chance of opening up some shooting lanes by shooting back to defense. Hayden's great. She's falling back. Lily should have been watching this girl here. But in this scenario here, we got 1, 2, 3 offense players coming in, and we only have 2. So Maya realizes she should be hauling butt back to defense to cover this player right here. See, Aiden's running out right here in offense. Great idea, but he's kind of too far away. He should have been in a little closer to where they're handling the ball, get within a passing lane. All our other offensive players are too close, too bunched together. See that pass over the Hayden? I don't mind these passes so much. Some people don't like passing back to our zone, but in this case it was a great pass, gave her some spot, but you notice their players are ball watching. So we have 2 open players back here. She can easily kick it out between and give some open lines. If we get used to passing the ball around, you can virtually jump around and not do much running around and get these kids to run in circles. Aiden's got the ball. Our other offense player is all the way over here. He should be hauling back to a next line over here. We have an offense player here, staying in decent position, but Aiden couldn't make the pass.
Travel. Oh, okay. That's just softball.
Wide open player here. Very difficult. Maya should have been really on this guy a little more. Like I said, it's very difficult to learn. That's why I like showing kids these videos. Wide open player here. She should have been covering him a little more. Again, we're bunching. We're ball chasing. You see there's only two other players here. Other players are laying back a little bit. These players are not. They're looking at the ball. They're not looking at these players here. If they get this pass off, they're going to score very easily. So Hayden saw she's dropping back a little bit. Look at that pass. They're going to have 2-on-1 right here. Maya's not covering deep. We got, look at 1, 2, 3, 4 players against 2. This is a prime scoring opportunity for them right here. And they just had bad luck. Tough one here. When these kids came out on the field, they were not paying attention too much here. They were walking out. So if you notice, they're out there just walking out, taking their time. They should be running out there full bore because the field's wide open. We got Lily out here, and watch what happens. And he starts to run. Alrighty, look at this. Player's got the ball. They're open up passing lanes. They're not paying attention. They're ball watching. They should be Gabe should be watching this. I think Ryan should be watching this player over here. But there's a wide open passing zone. Look at that. They got 3 right here. We have 3, but we're ball watching. They're going to come in. They can pass easily around and run circles around us.
Okay. I see it in the paper. There's another team. It's kind of designed a little more.
Again, wide open player in front of that. Bad idea.
Ryan Payne was coaching that, or helped coach that. They're a little bit.
See that right there? Perfect pass. Perfect opportunity to score. Because no one's watching them players around the net.
Yeah.
So right there, the offense was not really staying spread out. So when our players have the ball, they should stay a little more spread out. Pass it over, draws attention away from their players. You kick it right back right away to your player again. You can, because they'll do the same thing. They'll ball chase, and they'll tend to converge on the guy with the ball. So if he would have passed over to Aiden here, just standing in place, they would have converged on him. He could have ran out a little bit. Aiden then kicks it back, and you got a wide open player. But right there, you see Aiden and this player are converging together, which you don't need 2 guys standing next to the ball. You have less passing zones. Right there, standing, they're each fighting against the ball. Our own players. Right here, nobody's watching these other players running in. Here we go again. We got another attack. 1, 2, 3. They got 4 players coming in. Only 2 of ours. This is the prime, and look at their spacing. Really good spacing. If you watch our players, they're mostly ball watching. They're not looking at these players up here. So our player here should be in front of these ones. Our player back here should be really hauling butt to get up in the defense position.
Go with it.
So you see it, 4 players against 2.
Look up, you got time.
Where's all our defense?
Aiden's running the ball up. Our offense, decent spacing. One offensive player should be a little closer. Give him to stay open in an open position. I think Maya here is going to score this time. She's converging on the goal. See decent spacing here. What happened there is their player actually kicked it in, and it rolled right in front of Maya, and she was able to then kick it right in and score. So she had an assist from one of their players. So right here, Gabe is ball watching. He's not watching as this player coming in. We have 2-on-1 right here. Again, we're short-handed. Some of our defense, our offense needs to move a little. They need to read what's going on in the field. And if they see 4 coming in, one of them is going to have to follow in and support. You notice they just drop back. They don't do anything. So they don't really know it, but this is why I show the videos. So right here, Gabe's not watching who's behind him.
Pull back.
So right there, they got 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 against 3 of us. Ryan here should be in front of them a little more. He's seeing what's going on.
Hey, we're 2 touch.
There's another scoring opportunity they have right there. You got a wide open offensive player in a passing lane. Good coverage here, but you don't need 2 people there. So Maya should have been really watching this guy a little bit. So right there, see it? He's got a wide open shot, 2-on-1 right there.
Look up, you got time. Look up.
Nelson, get the middle. Volleyball.
Again, 2 players on top of one another. You need to communicate. Tell them, if I got it. So their one stays laid back a little bit. They're really short-handed on this end of the field because they're pushing one of their players deeper on offense. Great scoring opportunity right there. This offensive player should have been really hauling butt to get into more of a passing position right here. Notice their passing lane here. They got equal spacing coming in and moving towards our goal. If you notice this player here, right away he changed position. He ran up. Then he noticed he was a little too far. So as he was running up, he wanted to get in a better position for passing. So he ran back so he stays in a passing lane. This player on the right, same way. They're keeping themselves in passing lanes. They missed it there a little bit. See on offense right here, player's a little too close. Was defense spacing. We had a player standing in front of the goal, which is good, but they should have been just a little closer. See our player here backed up a little bit. That's good to keep equal spacing. kids got to remember, once they get the ball, we have to think defensive positions. The minute they have, we have to cover man-to-man. We don't want them passing anybody, so we keep an eye on their players and we stop them from passing. So here we go. We got them coming in for an attack. We got this guy sneaking in behind Gabe right here. Gabe's ball watching. He's not watching the players behind him. Lily, same thing. She's watching. I don't think she's watching over here behind her. They're looking at the ball. They're not watching how deep these players are going. We got a player totally behind Gabe right now. Gabe's assuming he's going to run in, but Gabe doesn't know there's someone behind him right now. Look at that perfect pass right down the center. Offense, our players got to realize, see how this player's nice and deep? So if that would have bounced back, this player could have had the rebound real easy. They're rushing our lines really quick. It's really tough to watch it, but we can't let their attackers get behind our defense. So here we have the ball over here, and our offense is not keeping in a passing lane right here. You notice when theirs was equally spaced, see their spacing here, it's nice, but we're not even in a passing zone. Our offensive player here should be up a little bit. This offensive player should be running and getting right next to the goal line here. So right there. So now finally that offense player, really, he could have got a goal right there. If he would have been running up and standing there, he could have had a good shot and goal. Watch Gabe right there. Gabe was actually watching that guy. So he knew he was there, which is good. So he's looking. But he should be getting a little closer to him. So that's good coverage. He's watching him. He's keeping an eye on him.
Billy, top of the game.
That's perfect defense coverage right there. You should keep an eye on him. Our players here are a little too close to one another. They should be spreading out a little more. Eden's kind of running out there by himself. It is wide open, but that's kind of a long shot. We have all these defenders around here. So Aiden should be in between one of these spots right here, so there's an open passing lane. Here's Hayden running around. You know she's looking around. You notice her. She's looking at their attacker coming in. We got decent coverage over here.
Straight back. Challenge him off. Come on. Get him.
See Ryan here. He's not. He should be getting in here and watching these players. We got 3 against 1. Too close in here. Again, our defense, one defender should be moving up a little bit more and helping out. Right here you can see that their attacker's pretty deep in. Hayden doesn't know she's back there. That's why looking around is very key. I'm telling Hayden she's wide open. So right there we got 3 players against 1.
Look up.
If you notice their attackers, they're really deep in the field. They're right there at that line, just to help out their defense a little bit. Watch, they're all moving around. Watch where that ball's going. She's staying open. Watch how she's running back and forth.
There you go. Whoa.
Billy, straight back.
Shoot it.
Perfect scoring opportunity there. The defense going a little bit too deep. Just got to make sure one of them should hustle back just in case.
Billy and Luke got stuff out there.
Offense bunched up way too much. So your offense really kind of, they should stay a little closer so we got some closer passing lanes here.